With me is your man, Trayvon Pratt, with AIM, always improving the mind. Man, we are here, we are live and ready for this month. We changed the strategy to going live every first Monday of the month versus going live every Monday for the Mindset Monday. So I got a lot to say on this one. I want to touch on a topic that I think is dearly needed, much needed in this economy today. First and foremost, how y'all doing? We get everything set up. We live on Instagram, we live on Facebook, we live on YouTube. We here, baby. Um, ooh. Ooh, I ain't even really prepared for this one. It's just something that's been on my mind. It's been on my heart repeatedly. I was like, I should wait it out a little bit, but I was like, nah, let's go ahead and get it to him. So we live in a microwave society. We're going straight to it. We live in a microwave society, right? Where everybody wants instant results. And how could you not when you can literally get so many things at the push of a button? You can get food delivered, right? You can get somebody else to do the work. You can get so many things at the push of a button that it does not influence you or encourage you to build a strong work ethic, have any grit, have any determination about yourself. I tell people technology has been more so like ever since the 90s, technology has been more so for convenience and criminality. If a scientist made some type of groundbreaking discovery, first person that's going to know is the government, and the government is going to use it for what? Arduous reasons, warfare and whatnot, use it against the people, for the people, whatnot. Not to go on a tangent. And then you got convenience. You look at cell phones. Everything gets easier, 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 easier. How can we make it more convenient? You got AI. I no longer have to think for myself. You have something as simple as the Roomba. You mean to tell me I don't got a vacuum no more? It's been technology has leaned towards convenience. Um, and that convenience is for what else do I not have to do, right? Nobody wants to build anymore, and everybody just wants the benefits of building. What happened to building? We talk about always improving, right? When you improve, you build upon yourself. This is why I don't like when people say, I just want to change. You're not changing yourself, you're building upon yourself, but have a foundation of who you are. Um, so I want to talk today about the builder's mentality, and shout out to everybody that's up and ready to get. Um, my mic broke last month. I was able to fix it. I actually had it set up wrong. It's some more stuff. If we have any difficulties with that, y'all know why. But yes, let's talk about the builder's mentality, man. The builder's mentality is one who is willing to commit to long term growth, have patience, discipline, and ownership. Accountability goes into a builder's mentality. You're willing to put in the work, do the work, as my boy Paul would say. Um, so, this live is about reclaiming patience and purpose. Okay, now let's start this off. Don't mean to be lengthy. Anybody want to comment? Anybody want to join? I can. Let me put the link. We'll put the link in the comments. Boom. So anybody want to join, hit that link. Now, if you're on Instagram, I can't see your comments. Come over to YouTube or Facebook, and I'll be able to get you in. Now, and you'll be able to see it like this. Join me live. All right. Now, the problem with instant gratification, right? This false sense of dopamine, meaning is unearned happiness, if that makes sense. Um, Instant gratification kills patience, weakens discipline, it creates entitlement. Oh my God. Um, you got things like social media, you got the quick wins, you could be a viral success, you could be an overnight millionaire, but most of the time you see these things, it's like chasing a high, and it may happen. It's not that it doesn't happen, it's not that it can't happen. And I'm not against, like, if you, like, say for instance, me, I've been putting in this work, I've been going live. I got more lives than a lot of creators I know. And I hone in on going live. A lot of people, there's a common fear of public speaking. So a lot of people avoid going live. So their videos look better than mine. They got more viewership than me. But I can go live. I go live a lot. Um, if my one of my lives was to hit like 1 million views or something, I would be ecstatic. But I also continue doing what I'm doing, like putting in the work. I'm not against you getting a large result for the work that you put in. However, you have to put in the work. There are people, there's people who just being themselves on social media then decide, to create a brand off of their identity, sell something. Once they launched their store, they had over 100,000 orders. What? Even if you sold something for $1, 100,000 orders is now $100,000. Like, that's a lot to just come across. I'm not against it, but more than likely you don't know how to manage it if you haven't worked towards it, if you haven't built towards it. And those same people who get those quick successes lose interest quickly as well. As soon as they come across some type of obstacle, which really aren't obstacles, like, oh, I had 1 million views and now I only got 900,000. It ain't working. Like, it hits that mentality. Oh, it hits that mentality. This is the problem with instant gratification. It makes you lazy. It makes you like not want to. It takes away willfulness. Are you willing to do what it takes to create what it is that you set forth? Are you gonna put the work in, bro? Man, instant gratification kills patience. And this instant in this microwave society, like, it's something to take 10 minutes. Like, can you wait 10 minutes? And it's like you jittery, you anxious, you don't know what to do with your hands if you don't have a phone. It weakens discipline. If you don't have discipline, you have to have discipline in order to be consistent, and you have to be consistent in order to succeed at anything. So the less discipline you have about yourself, and discipline is not a negative thing, the less discipline that you have about yourself, huh, is is what's going to, like, you're, instead of instant gratification, you're almost guaranteed failure without discipline. And I really don't like this sense of entitlement that comes from instant gratification. Like I like so many people, like I talk about it all the time, especially with old heads, older generations. Where is the work ethic anywhere in any industry, in any category of work? Where is the work ethic today? Because it's at an all-time low. People are not willing to do the work. What trips me out is people are more willing to put in more work in avoiding work. You're working harder to avoid working, but you don't see that because you're just trying not to do the work. And it becomes like a brag and a contest of who could do the less, who's done the least and getting the most. That's what this seems to be about. And then it's like a sense of entitlement. If I do any one thing, I should get all of it. What? Like I hear people like, I went to the gym all month. I ain't got abs yet. Mm, how long you been eating honey buns? You think you're supposed to get abs in a month? Baby, keep going to the gym. Where your work ethic? Mm? We see this instant gratification is you become anxious when results don't come fast. Now that you're expecting a fast turnaround, a fast result, you anxious. They always say focus on the journey, not the destination. The joy is in the journey. You focusing on the result, thinking that you're supposed to get the result just because you did the one thing. There are people like, oh, I supposed to get the sale because I talked to two people. I ain't get the sale. Nah, baby, you gotta talk to 100. You ain't willing to talk to 100 to get the sale, then I'm sorry. You can't expect it's not gonna just it's nobody just handed it to you, regardless of what it is. You know, fast results, you could get some. I'm not against them, but be willing to put in the work. The fast results feel good, but the slow grind, it builds your strength, it builds your tenacity. Okay, so what is the builder's mentality? Let's break it down clearly. I want you to be willing to build. That's what always improving the mind is for. I want you to be willing to build. Nobody's willing to build anymore. And if you are, it's usually in a category. It's not all across the board. Like you should be willing to build. A lot of people I see like gym rats. Excuse me. I see like gym rats. They willing to build their physique. They're willing to build their physical strength. They're willing to build, upon their diet and, their resistance to like what they put in their body. No pause needed. But when then those same ones, like those same traits don't carry over to relationship. Them the same ones who like what you bring to the table. And that's for man and woman. They like what you bring to the table. And it's like, okay, we should be building upon not just what somebody can contribute to you, but we should be willing to build. And that's what like the main issue when it comes to relationships these days and why they don't work is everybody looking for what's in it for me instead of building together. Y'all not willing to build together, it's not gonna work. Simple. So what is the builder's mentality? Be willing to build, put in the work long term. Take the date away. Ain't no date on when this result gonna come. Just be patient and know that it's gonna come if you work towards it. Simple. Builders think in years, not weeks. I don't think that, after working after working a year, I'm gonna be whatever. You know what I'm saying? Financially stable or financial whatever. I don't think that it's just gonna happen right away. I think all of the things that I'm doing will accumulate to what I'm working for. Yes, I'm working towards financial freedom. I'm working towards, not having a job. I'm working towards those types of things, but I can't expect it right away. Even if I put a time stamp on a goal, that's just to keep me focused. What else I need to do? What have I done? Let me check back in. I don't actually expect. I said I was going to be a multimillionaire by 35. Here I am at 35. I'm not a multimillionaire. I'm not broke, but I'm not a multimillionaire. That don't stop me from working. So take the date out of it, like thinking long term. Just be willing to do the work, continuously do the work. Okay. Another thing about the builder mentality. Builders builders accept boring. It's gonna be boring at times. Everything ain't always gonna be fun. Everything isn't supposed to be like I keep on going back to the relationships because that's where it hit for a lot of people is like, like I hear men and women say these things where it's like, uh, they done leveled out. Like it's not as fun as it was before, or it's boring. Like yeah, in the beginning, you got the thrill of the chase, right? You got uh the curiosity and stuff, and again, the joy is in the journey. So once you get the thing that was on a journey to, once you get to the destination, it's easy to think like, okay, that's done with, on to the next thing. This is what we're combating. This is why we need the builder's mentality. Because once you get a house, you must now take care of the house. We don't talk about that part. We just talk about getting the thing and not taking care of the thing. Builders have a sense of value, and the things that we value, we're not willing to just toss aside for the next thing. You hear me? Trying to tell you something. So we could accept boring. It's not always a thrill ride. Again, the ones who feel like that, you start chasing a high. That high is hard to chase. This is when you start doing wild stuff just to say you live it. You see people hanging off the side of cliffs and stuff just to feel the thrill of being alive because I could possibly die. I don't need that. I'm not a thrill junkie like that. I feel like I'm exciting enough. Every day is not one where it's like, butterflies in the stomach. I don't know what's about to happen. There's a lot of scheduled days. I know exactly what needs to happen, when it needs to happen, and how this day gonna unfold. This is what we about to make happen. There's a lot of days I've only worked. I talk about this all the time. I love playing the game. That's my reward to myself after a long working day. There's been a lot of days where I've worked past time for me to just play the game. No, I enjoy the work that I've done. I know that I've done something that's going to pay off in the long run. That's a builder. That's a builder's mentality. Delayed gratification. There's been seasons where I'm like, I only could play the game for an hour out the week. That might be accumulated. Like I done played it 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Maybe I could sit down, but sometimes I just don't have the time because I'm focused on the work that needs to be done. My wife was looking at me yesterday like, you crazy. Like, we had the same amount of sleep. Not much, but I had a lot to do. And I got a lot of work to do this week. So I know that I'm not going to have as much time to do these things. So I did majority of it yesterday, Sunday, a rest day, supposedly. Guess what I'm doing? I'm working. You go ahead and rest, boo. Rest for the both of us because I got to get this work in. I got to set things straight. I got to get things straight to make sure that we good. Not just me, a builder. A builder is willing to sacrifice. Delayed gratification, that's the sacrifice. Sacrifice the instant gratification so that you can get the good later. Builders understand foundations matter more than appearance. Builders understand foundations matter more than appearance. I'm gonna keep on going back to the relationships. There are people who put on a good front as if everything is good. They don't even talk to each other when other people are not around. Hmm? Your foundation is off. Your foundation is shaky. Wonder why this relationship don't last. If it's just for an image, it ain't gonna work. And that's in everything. I do not like imagery. I do not like imagery. People put a lot of effort into looking like they got it instead of actually getting it. I'd rather have it than to look like I have it. And that's regardless of what. I've seen people practice not showing emotion. Just because you don't show it doesn't mean you don't have it. You are feeling something, my guy. You feel a certain type of way. You're not showing it, kudos to you. But now you need to manage it. You need to regulate it. Otherwise, it's going to consume you. You can put on a good front for however long, but if you don't, listen, man. Okay, somebody hear me out there. Somebody hear me. How I do my
Message.
okay? Builders value consistency. We need consistency over motivation. So, are you a chaser? Are you a builder? Are you chasing this high? Or are you building your foundation? Mm? Where are you in life? Are you chasing instead of building? In the areas I'm gonna tap into finances, relationships, and mindset because these things seem to be like the most pivotal, especially going into this month, right? Because we want relationships. It's Valentine's coming up. It's Black History Month. We need to get our minds straight, right? And I'm not about to just blow the bag. We need some financial security too. So let's get into it. Let's talk about the building financially. I won't take too much more of your time. I thank everybody who's here. Give me a second. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Finances. Wealth is built, not stumbled upon. I hear the reason why I be touching on these topics, right, is not because I don't know how to look up what's trending. Even with AI and all of that stuff, when I try to look up what's trending, I get like the same stuff that's like within my realm of mindset. It's like the kumbaya, the soft, the oh, you could always be happy. I don't follow that logic. That's not true. You know what I'm saying? So my stuff comes from experience. So the topics that I be bringing to you guys is because this is what I've been seeing. This is what I've been hearing in real life. This is the conversations that have been repeated or the things that I've been having to talk to other people about. So let's talk about it because a lot of people talk about money. I spoke on the term of financial freedom, but financial freedom comes from financial literacy. The only thing people are willing to talk about when it comes to finances is making money. That's not the only thing. That's a strong tool. That's a big factor. You're gonna have to make some money to get financially free, but that's not the only thing. It's not. So when you bring up like credit, we shut down. When you bring up some type of retirement or savings, we ain't doing all that. You know what I'm saying? Like if we had the job, did you set up your 401k? Did you set up like what do they match? You don't know? That's an easy investment that you don't even gotta pay attention to. You know what I mean? So you walking away with 401k and retirement if your job have both. On the long term. You're gonna be at that job for at least 20 years. Imagine that. Imagine 20 years of continual investment that comes out of your check without you realizing, without you paying attention to it, and out of nowhere, oh my goodness, I got a good nest egg. You know what I'm saying? $500,000 that you could walk away from this job with. Oh, that you're gonna be at anyway. You know, like I digress. Not really, but wealth is built, not stumbled upon. There's many things that you could do towards finances to build finances, but everybody is just thinking, oh, let me play the lottery. Let me hit the lotto, right? Let me put my numbers in. Let me go to the casino. You're willing to, if you do, like, say, for instance, you get a bonus, you blow the bag at the casino, you get you a $2,000, $3,000 bonus and you go blow that at the casino, now you walking away. Hopefully, you walk away without spending it all, but you walk away. You're less likely to walk away with more, right? Than if you was to put that like in an ETF or dividends, or you know what I mean. So we got to talk about financial literacy versus fast money. Again, when it comes to fast, I am not against I'm not against making a lot of money quickly. Let's be clear. We all want that. But without financial literacy, I've done this. Without financial literacy, as quick as you made it is as quick as it's gonna go. As quick as it came is as quick as it's gonna go. Without financial literacy, you ain't gonna know what to do with that money. That money burn a hole in your pocket, right? Gone. Gone. You think the only way to become a millionaire is to make a million instead of like building. to $1 million. And the thing about building your finances is you learn along the way. Let me tell you a secret. The only thing that you're doing within all of this building, the only thing that you're doing is figuring out what works for you. Once you figure out what works for you just gotta keep working it. I tell you again, the secret to all building, the builder's mentality, is all you have to do, all of your work is put towards figuring it out. Figure out what works for you and then keep working it. Somebody could be real good at sales, but they want to try the pyramid scheme, the get rich quick. You so focused on all of these other things that you're not really just honing in on sales. Whatever you were selling, whatever, the first time that got you some money. If you was to keep on doing that, you'll keep building. you know, Somebody else could be good at savings. You'd have found, different ways or different methods of saving that accumulates. You'd have found high yield accounts that you could put into that brings you 3 to 5% in your savings instead of 0.01 like a normal bank. So, you switch that over and now you're getting a 5% return on money that you just putting away anyway. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Financial literacy. Figure out what works for you, then keep working it. And watch your stuff build, man. So when it comes to finances, fast money is cool, but you need to learn budgeting. You need to learn saving. You need to learn investing and just keep learning. Just keep learning, right? You have a delayed gratification. Delayed gratification means you gonna enjoy it later. Like you make a few extra $100, that don't mean you need to like I'm not against treating yourself, but treating yourself doesn't need to take all of what you just made. Take before this is what I had to switch for finances. I had to switch and toggle my mindset that treating myself is setting myself up for future gain. So when it comes to finances, anytime that I get up, it feels good to see that number increase. So automatically, what I'm doing, I'm gonna put it in one of these modules, one of these vehicles, saving, investing, something. That's a treat for me. And then what I have left over from that, I can go get some ice cream. I can go get me something to eat. I can go get me a game. I can go get me something, right? Try that for you, man. When it comes to the money, the finances, don't be so quick to try to take a shortcut. I know somebody, I won't hop on this, but I know somebody who was good at making money and they loved money, but they just could not get past. They wanted to take a shortcut for everything. I'm like, bro, it's been 2 years that you come to me every other month with something different, a different idea, a different business, a different investment, a different. If you was to just choose one and stick with it for these past 2 years, you would be up. You would be up. You keep on trying to find what it is that will make you that million quickly when you can get to it within the same time frame that it's taking you with all these distractions. Shortcuts usually cost more in the long run. Shortcuts ain't really short. They not. And if you won't build discipline, the money will expose you. I can't remember the line, but it was either Pusha T or Jay-Z was like, uh, yeah, we got the same money, but how long? For how long? Like mine's lasting forever, yours lasted for a season. You know what I mean? I digress. Now let's talk about building relationships. Let's talk about building relationships. Okay? And this is for modern, this is for dating, and this is for friendships, right? We are now in a disposable culture, meaning we are willing to dispose. You ever seen a disposable camera? You use it once you don't feel like buying more film. What you do? You dispose it. Disposable camera, you throw it away after you done used it. We are now in a disposable culture that I despise. Everybody is harboring on relationship because relationships are important to the humankind. All of them. Kinship, relationship, friendship, partnership, all of it is important to the humankind. That's why relationships are talked about in every aspect, every genre, every area of life is relationships, right? And we are in a disposable culture, meaning people are quick and willing to dispose of the ship, friendship, relationship, partnership, kinship, whatever. There's no patience, there's no repair, there's no growth, there's no building. Hello? Y'all not willing to build. People ask me, how you been? I've been with my woman for 17, if not 18, I think 18 years now this year. Been with my woman for 18 years. How? We both are willing to build with one another. When another woman sees that I'm attractive, I'm like, man, you got to give the credit to her. You got to give the credit to my woman. She's a pivotal part in what you see as attractive. She helped build this. So, like, thank you, but thank her too. You know what I mean? We built this. Same goes for her. We built this. Guys hear about or see like I need a woman like yours. We built this. This ain't just come like this. So that's the first thing. I can't tell you how to get into a relationship these days. I don't know what's flirting. I don't know the entries. I don't know those types of things. But what I do know is how to make a relationship last. Okay? You have to be willing to build with one another. Bring the builder's mentality to the relationship. Don't be so quick to throw it away. I have a video that I did last month about what nobody was willing to tell me about self development. And check that video out. There's another video that I did recently. I just posted it last week that says, don't let your peace make you become cold. Meaning, Once you've isolated, once you've had to go in the dark and do the shadow work, once you've had to build yourself up, don't allow that to make you become a hard shell. So many people, men and women, so many people nowadays, I hear, I'd rather do bad, but I could do bad all by myself. I'd rather be by myself. At least I know me. I could trust me. I know what I'm thinking. Stuff like that. You're now within a shell, right? Uh, I know plenty of people who are great, great people, walking angels, loving hearts, kind, would be a great partner, but they're the ones who blocking themselves. They have great people who wants to be partners with them. And by partner, yes, I mean like relationship. They have great people who wants to be in a relationship with them, but they can't get past that initial. They won't allow the connection to be made. They're looking for, and tell me if this is you. They're looking for the flaw. And as soon as, no matter how big or small it is, as soon as they see it, they're out the door. I thought we was talking about having a builder's mentality. Like, nobody's gonna come perfect. You got to decide what's good for you, what you can tolerate, huh? Because nobody's gonna come perfect. I'm not perfect. My woman's not perfect. We choose each other, meaning we accept each other's flaws, each other's differences, and we built upon that. Now we're more compatible. Now we can pick up the slack. Now we know who can do what. Everybody want to holler gender roles and stuff. That's outside of a relationship talk. When you're the one in a relationship, the focus is the foundation. Builder's mentality. We go into the foundation. Uh, when you're the one in the relationship, we focus on the foundation. We both go make sure the foundation is strong. And that's finances, that's communication, that's accountability, that's emotional maturity, that's integrity, that's trust. Love is given, trust is earned. You realize within this whole segment of relationship, I did not say love. Love is given. It's already there. Everybody love everybody. Oh, so you should. The love is given. Trust is earned. And trust is earned through what? Consistency. Consistency, dog. You got to be consistent. And to be consistent, that shows what you can trust. If you consistently lie, I trust you to be a liar. I trust you to not tell me the truth when I needed to. Hmm. I wonder why there's disbelief. Yet, if you're consistent, if you consistently putting in work, actions speak louder than words. That's when you don't have to say as much because she can trust that you're going to get up and go to work. She can trust that you're going to handle the problem or the situation that may arise. She can trust you to get your hands dirty when needed to. She can trust you to tell her and somebody else, the child or whoever else, no. She could trust your stability. She could trust the things that you do consistently. Somebody gonna let me give it to myself.
Message.
She could trust this. So if you want this woman to trust you, I hope y'all can hear me. My camera went out. Ain't that something? Hold on. It's going too hard just now. All right, we back. We back. We back. I told you, expect some technical difficulties. I'll wrap up the relationship part because we got about 2 more segments I want to get to. So if you won't build trust, don't expect loyalty. If you aren't willing to build, don't expect longevity. Don't expect long term. And that's what everybody claim they want. If you're not willing to build, don't expect to get that result. Okay? Now, let's build the inner you. The builder's mentality when it comes to your mindset and character. While we're here, always improving the mind, this personal development realm. Ooh, you have to build characteristics like patience. You have to build consistency. You have to build emotional regulation. Hmm? You have to build integrity. You have to build self respect. Let's tap into all of those. You have to build patience. A lot of us ask God, pray for patience. You know where patience comes from? Experience. Patience comes from delayed gratification. Patience comes from confidence. You know what confidence is? Reassuredness in your own capabilities. I know that I can do this. I know that I'm capable. I know that I'm worth it. And since I know that, whatever I put in, whatever work I put in, it's a universal law. Whatever work you put in, you will be paid for. You will reap the results. You will get a return. The problem is everybody only wants financial gain. You learn more from your failures than you do your successes. But we don't even want to fail. In your failing, you never fail unless you stop. In your failing, you learn what did and what didn't work. Where did you fail? Where did you fall off? What is it about this? Do I whether I like it or not, is it working? Hmm? And within that, you get accustomed to the delayed gratification. Patience comes from knowing that regardless of how long it takes, I'm going to get there. I want to do a video about road rage because that's a mindset thing too. And as I had it. I had it bad, and I could have it bad. Um, I had to check myself every now and then when it comes to driving. Driving is a stressor. But with road rage, a lot of us wouldn't be so willing to speed and put ourselves and other people in harm's way if we knew that we gonna make it to the destination that we're trying to get to in time, you would be more patient. I'm more patient now because regardless of the road work, regardless of the detour, regardless of the effects of other people, I still will get to my destination. That's patience. Uh,
Message.
Somebody better listen this morning. You have to build consistency. A lot of times, I'll give you my own experience. I say I'm going to be consistent, right? Let's talk about going to the gym. I'm gonna go to the gym. The plan is I'm gonna go to the gym at least 3 times a week, right? Every time I set that plan, I get the opposition. This is what I did a video on. What they don't tell you about self development. Anytime you set out to do something positive or good for yourself, it will come with challenge. You must be ready and willing to face the challenge. It's basically God saying, do you really want this? Okay. And every time I set out to go to the gym, there's the obstacle. We was just in the gym for about 2 weeks straight, knocking it out. And then we have a crazy ice storm. A ice storm. This ice has been out here. The ice is still thick out here. You still cannot actually drive. You should not be on the road right now. And it's been over a week. Usually ice melts. It ain't going nowhere. So over a week now, I ain't been able to get to the gym. I'm not taking that. It's too much of a risk. You're risking accident and injury just to get to the gym and back. I'm not taking that risk. So I'm working out at home. But just look at that. Every time you set out for something, every time I make a plan for consistency, plans change. What I think, and even when, look, personal experience, I say, okay, I'm gonna do something every day. Every day. I've done everyday type stuff. Like I worked out every day for over a month. And then like that next month, I'm either crashing or like I regulate like what's my real consistency? What do I really need? I don't need to work out every day, especially when I already got a physically active job. Like I'm physically active every day anyway. So it takes you have to build consistency. Try again until you figure out what's a good realm, what's a good measure for consistency for you. What does consistency look like for you? Being a content creator, they tell you to be here every day. I'm not. I'm barely here, bro. I'm barely here. But as far as consistency, you know I'm gonna show up live every month. Every month, you know I'm gonna be here live. That's consistency. So many people, they don't even follow me. People that I don't know about what I do. People that don't know what I do approach me about what I do, and I'm like, "Dang, I didn't know you knew that, right?" But because I'm consistent, it's going to show. Build consistency. You're not going to just, oh, I do this all the time. It's not going to be that easy, that quick. You have to build consistency, emotional regulation. You have to build emotional regulation. Uh, I got to speed this up because, wow, you have to build emotional regulation, uh, meaning it's going to take consistency. It's going to take feeling the emotion, acknowledging that you're feeling the emotion, self awareness, and then managing the emotion. What can you do about it that works for you? Figure it out. Figure it out what works for you and then just keep working it. Huh? Without emotional regulation, you don't even know what boundaries to set. Without emotional regulation, you don't even know what you actually feeling. The only thing you might be expressing is anger. Why are you actually mad? You may find out with emotional regulation, you learn more about emotion. You may find out that you're not even angry. It's not anger that you actually feeling. It could be something else, a plethora of of emotions. Could be a combination. We love that mad and sad combo. That's number one. But without awareness, you're not going to regulate. And in order to be aware, you have to build. You have to build that awareness because you can talk that talk about an emotion that you're not feeling in the moment. But when you're the one who's feeling it, huh, all the quotes go out the window. All of the sage advice goes out the window. When you're the one who feeling it, when you're the one who got to deal with that feeling, all that BS go out the window, dog. The books, all of that, it goes out the window when you're the one who feeling it. It sound good when you know from a distance, but when you're the one in it, how you gonna perform? How you gonna act? You have to build emotional regulation. You have to build integrity. Won't stay here long. You know what integrity is? Integrity, somebody explained to me, I think a coach explained to me, is what you do in the dock, what you do by yourself. Are you the same on and off the court? That's integrity. Regardless if the cameras is on, are you this nice person? Because when you got all of these viewers, when you're in the public eye, you lean in being kind and patient and calm and generous and all of the things that you would get complimented for. But when you by yourself, if it's just you, are you the same way? You have to build that integrity. That comes with self awareness and consistency as well. And the next thing you have to build is self respect. How do you talk to yourself? I hear a lot of people like they don't get compliments like talking about. I'm saying that's crazy because you talk to yourself all the time. You're not complimenting yourself. Does that not count if you do? Because it does for me. I tell you, middle school. This is where I had this experience. Middle school. This is it's middle school. You're amongst your peers. Uh, I would hear the girls would huddle up. They in that little group in the corner. I'm eavesdropping. Like what they talking about? They talking about who the cutest boys in the room, right? In the class, right? And they'll get around like he cute, he cute, he cute, and they'll get to me and they be like he I not ugly, but I'm not cute. That stuck with me. It wasn't until about eighth grade, the end of middle school, that I was like, forget what they say. I know I'm cute. You know what I'm saying? I had to tell myself that I'm handsome. You know, I had to tell myself that I'm handsome, and then I carried that about me. Now I get that compliment all the time. I'm still a little naive towards it, but I tell myself, I know I'm handsome. Like you can't tell me that I'm not. Like that's my time. Let me start getting ready for the work week. But you can't tell me that I'm not. You know, like that's you can't tell me that I'm not. How do you talk to yourself? How do you view yourself? Do you love you? You want somebody to love you? Look, people can only value you as much as you value yourself. And that's in every regard, that's in every aspect. People can only value you as much as you value yourself. So you have to tell yourself that you're beautiful. You have to acknowledge your own beauty. You have to tell yourself that you love you. You have to acknowledge that you are capable of love, that you are worthy and deserving of love. Hmm? You have to build self respect. These qualities are earned, not downloaded. It's not a download. You have to earn this. There's no shortcuts to character, man. We're always improving, we're always building upon ourselves. Okay? This is why builders always win. We talk about longevity. Builders outlast trends. All of these things, like we outlast trends. We can stay calm in slow seasons. Again, I talk about this crazy ice storm. Builders are comfortable with themselves. We love ourselves. We take care of our environments. We value and cherish the things and the people around us. Therefore, our environments are not chaotic. You know, in this ice storm, there was people still out. The amount of accidents is crazy. I hope nobody died, but the amount of accidents, it's crazy out here. When all you had to do was stay in the house. They declared it a state of emergency. You're not supposed to, like, it's illegal for you to go outside right now. And here are more people than normal outside because you can't make me stay in my house. What? Crazy to me. Crazy. You got to get away from your house that bad. My house is a place of peace. You got to get out of your house that bad. Like, that you willing to, one, go against the law, two, willing to risk yourself and your vehicle and all of that. Like, it's ice. There is no traction nowhere. It's not snow. It's ice. It's crazy. So we can stay calm in a slow season. Like, it's a builder. Like, I got the patience. I could ride it out. A builder, they say builders are dangerous because they're disciplined. Mm, builders don't quit when it's quiet. You getting all of the praise and all of that. It's easy to stay when you up. It's easy to stay the course. But when you ain't getting no views, no likes, no applause, no admiration, nobody telling you you got it, no acknowledgement, no paper, you ain't getting paid from what you're doing. It's easy to quit. Builders don't quit. Say winners never quit, quitters never win. That microwave success burns out, bro. Builders create the legacies. Builders, come on. Anyhow, you have to create this builder's mentality about yourself. You have to build your finances. You have to build your relationships, and you have to build your mindset. Hello, I challenge you guys. Pick one area to build intentionally for the next 30 to 90 days. Pick one area, and if you're bold enough, put it in a comment. What are you committing to build? I want to see the comments. I want to see what you guys are committing to build. And if I may be of assistance, even if it's just an accountability partner, then I'm here. You got me. All right? But let's bring back the builder's mentality. Okay? This is Trayvon Pratt with AIM, always improving the mind. This was the Mindset Monday. Thank you guys for tuning in. It's been awesome. Much love. Peace.